You don't need an hour to look put together, sis. And I'm about to show you that in this video. This 15-minute beginner makeup routine will change everything for you. And this makeup is perfect for your everyday wear, whether you're going to church, to school, to work, or just to run errands. I know you think it's gonna be complicated. No, it's not, sis. And I'm going to be showing you that in this video. I'm going to hold your hands and together we're going to do this easy, stress-free makeup routine. So let's get started. So first things first, you always want to make sure that you apply your makeup on a moisturized skin. Never, I mean never, sis, should you apply your makeup on a dry skin. It's only going to make your foundation look cakey or patchy, and that's not the look that we're going for, sis. So always make sure that you start up your makeup with a moisturized face, okay? So for moisturizer today, I'm going to be going in with my Pond moisturizer. It doesn't matter if you have a dry skin or oily skin. You always want to make sure that you're starting your makeup hydrated. So I'm going to go in with that much. Rub that on my palm. And just rub it all over your face and even your neck. This is how you want your face to look before you go in with your foundation or any kind of makeup on your face. So this way your makeup is going to sit properly and it's not going to feel or look cakey or patchy. So always make sure that you're starting up your makeup process with a hydrated skin. Always. So the next step after applying your moisturizer is to go in with a primer. And I'm using this primer from e.l.f. You want to make sure that you're focusing this on your T-zone, especially if you have oily skin. You can put it all over your face, but you want to make sure that your prime focus is on your T-zones. And for me, these are the areas because these are where I produce so much oil. So I always make sure that I'm focusing my primer on those areas before I go out. Around my nose, my forehead, my chin, my upper lip. Those are the areas that I produce a lot of oil, so I'm focusing the primer on those areas. Right now it's looking like we have a lot of moisture, a lot of oil on our face, but don't worry, sis, you're on the right track. This is exactly how you want your face to be before you go in with your foundation. You see that? That's exactly the grip you want so your foundation can stick to your skin. Moving on now to foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be using this one from CoverGirl. It's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Blurring Skin Tint. I'm using a skin tint. So you can either go in with a skin tint or a lightweight foundation because the goal is to make sure we're having a natural finish for our everyday look. We're not going for a full glam. So that is why I will recommend that as a beginner, you should go in with a lightweight foundation or a skin tint. But if you don't have that, you can also go in with whatever foundation you have, but make sure that you're using one pump at a time. And also the reason why I love this skin tint, it's because it also has SPF 30 sunscreen in it, which is very good because you don't want to go out without a sunscreen. To blend out my foundation, I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender. It's already wet. As a beginner, I'll recommend that you use a damp beauty blender. That is going to give you a soft, natural finish, and it's very, very forgiving also. A makeup brush, if that's the only thing that you have, a makeup brush is going to give you a full coverage finish. And it's okay if that's the look you're going for, but just so you know the difference between a makeup brush and a sponge. So now with our damp beauty sponge, we're just going to dab, 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 and gently blending our foundation or skin tint into our skin. As you can see, I'm avoiding my under eye. That is because we're going to be applying concealer after this process. So we're trying not to apply too much product under the eye so it doesn't look heavy or cakey. You want to make sure that you're dabbing, 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 and you're not swiping and dragging your foundation or skin tints away. And also, don't forget the jawline, sis. Don't forget the jawline and the neck. That's one big mistake that I always see people make when they're doing their makeup. They always stop here. No, we can see that, sis. We can see, and it's scaring us. Always make sure that you're blending your foundation or skin tint to your jawline and also bringing down to your neck. That's gonna give it a very seamless blend. So now that we're done blending out our foundation / our skin tint, we're gonna move on now to concealer. And for concealer, I'm using this one from Too Faced Born This Way. And pro tip I'm gonna give you as a beginner for concealer, make sure that you're using a shade or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. You don't want to go in as a beginner using 3, 4, 5 shades lighter than your skin tone, because sis, you're gonna be looking like a clown, except you know exactly what you're doing. But if you don't know anything that you're doing when it comes to makeup, please go in with a shade or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. That's just a pro tip that I want to put out here. Just going to put it right here. Also avoid putting it directly under your eyes. So you want to start over here so that way you have control when you're blending. So these are my placement for everyday 15-minute look. These are my placement for my concealer. Right here and right here. And that's it. I'm not putting it anywhere else. If I blend it out, whatever is left on the brush, then I can put it on my forehead, on my chin, my upper lip, anywhere else I want to put it. But for right now, these are the placements. So now we're going to let our concealer sit for about 2 to 3 minutes to give it that coverage before we go ahead and blend it out. So while that is sitting, I'm going to go on now and do my brows. For my brows, before I start, I always like to go in with my translucent powder, and this one is the one from Laura. I'm just going to lightly tap my brush and then make sure you're dusting off the excess because you don't want too much. And I'm gonna go on and dab that on my brows just to take out any excess shine from all the liquid product that we've applied previously. I don't know if you can see the difference between this one that the powder is on and this one. This one is kind of shiny, and this one is this one has a matte finish. This way, when you apply your pencil, it's going to stay on put. But if you apply your pencil on this one that is shiny, it's just going to be gliding, and that's not what we want. It's not going to sit put. So that's why I'm going in now with my translucent powder to just dab that on the brows to give it a foundation for us to work on our pencil. Using a spoolie, I'll just brush up my hairs just to keep my hairs in place. Now for brows, it's not one size fits all. Every person's face has a different shape of brows. So please, please, please make sure that you're doing your brows the way it's going to fit your face. Your brows are what frames your face. And also another tip I'm going to give you as a beginner, make sure that your brows are well trimmed and clean. If you don't know how to do it, go to a professional to do it for you. That way you're going to be able to draw your brows easily. So now to draw my brows, I'm going in with this brow pencil that I got from the beauty supply store. Nothing fancy at all. I'm just going to use that and trace my brow. The shape where it is right now, that's exactly the same shape. So with a light hand, you're going to go in now and trace out your brow. So now that I have outlined the bottom and the top part of my brows, I'm just going to go in now and start filling every spouse area. I'll start filling them in now lightly again, not heavy-handed. And when I get to the front, I'll just lightly start drawing hair-like strokes at the front because I don't want it to be too harsh. So now once I'm done with that, I'll go back in with the spoolie and just brush my hairs and the product so they mix together and it looks even more natural. So that is all that I do for my brows. I don't do any cleaning up with concealer and all of that stuff. Again, it's just my everyday makeup look. It's just 15-minute makeup look. So I don't have the time to be doing all that perfect cleaning and all that stuff. So this is all that I do with my brows. So now that we're done with our brows, we're gonna go in now and start blending out our concealer. So again, with our Damp Beauty blender. You want to make sure when you're blending your under eye, you're looking upward so you can get into those creases. And with the same concealer that is left on your brush, you can apply that on your eyelids as well. The aim of this concealer is just to brighten our under eyes and to cover any discoloration that we have under our eyes. So now that we're done blending our concealer out, I'm gonna use the portion that we used to blend out the fancy use the back of the sponge, the side that we used to blend out our foundation and skin tint. I'm gonna use that and just blend out any harsh line, so there's no demarcation, there's no separation between where the concealer stopped and where the skin tint or foundation started. So that's why we're doing this step. So you can see that we have a bright under eye, and you can see that our foundation, this area is a little bit darker, but you can see where each of them starts and stop. That's why you need to go back in with whatever thing that you use to blend out your foundation or skin tint, and make sure that you're blending the edges of your concealer and foundation so everything has a seamless and natural blend and finish. Now to lock in the concealer under my eyes, I'm gonna go back in with my translucent powder, and with the same brush I'm gonna dab into it, tap off the excess. Before we do that, we go back in with the Damp Beauty blender, looking upwards. We want to make sure that we blend any crease that we might have had under the eyes. Blend that out, and then go in with your powder and lock that in. This way your concealer is going to stay in place and it's not going to melt and move out of place. Tapping off the excess and just dab dab dab, press that in, press that powder in to lock that concealer in place. So whenever you use a liquid product for your face, always make sure that you're going in with the powder version of that product to lock it in. So now that we've locked in our concealer, we're going to go in now with our powder foundation and lock in the foundation. Go into the product, tap off any excess, and just dab that in around the areas where you apply the foundation. Do not forget your nexus. Remember, you have a foundation under there, so make sure that you're using the same powder to lock that in place. Everywhere that you apply your foundation / your skin tint, you want to go in with the powder and lock that in as well. So now we're going to go in now and apply our blush and our bronzer, and we just slightly sweep that under our cheekbones, brushing it up. And on your forehead, brushing into your hairline, on our jawline as well, we're gonna brush that down. I'm gonna be using the same bronzer as an eyeshadow base for my eyes. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can go in with any brown or neutral color eyeshadow that you have. This way is just to have some kind of dimension on our eyes so they're not looking all flat. For my blush, I'm using this one from NARS. So your cheekbone is right here. You want to place your blush there and then drag it upwards, and then sometimes I bring it to my eyelids as well, just to tie everything together. So once you're done with your blush, go back in with your foundation brush and make sure that you blend everything together. So now that we're done blending that, we're gonna move on now to eyeliner and mascara. So for lining my waterline, I'm gonna be going in with this black eyeliner from Wet n Wild. It's their breakup proof, waterproof, retractable gel eyeliner. I like this eyeliner a lot because when I put it, it stays in place and it doesn't move. And for my lash line, I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. This one is in a liquid form. That's the one I'm going to be using for my lash line. I'm not going to be creating any wing because that's not realistic for me every day. So I'm just going to be putting that just on my lash line. And for mascara, I'm using this one from Ruby Kisses. It's the very sexy lengthening mascara. I'll just use that and just apply that to my normal lashes. If you have time and you already have lashes on, good job, sis. But realistically, not every day I apply lashes. So I'm gonna be using my mascara to enhance my little lash that I have. And that is what I do most of the days. I'm gonna go back in with the eyeliner that I used, the liquid one, and I'm just gonna bring back this beauty mark that I already have here. You can see that it's a little bit covered in the foundation and powder, so I'm just going to use this to bring back the beauty mark. So moving on to the lips, you can just apply a lip gloss and then call it a day. You're already done, sis, with your makeup. But if you want to take it up a little notch, you can go in with a lip liner, a brown lip liner, or any lip liner of your choice, which is what I'm going to do today. Apply that to the bottom and the top part of your lips. Apply your lip gloss and we're done, sis. For my lip liner, I'm using this one from LA Girl. It's their lip liner in the shade Espresso. It's my favorite. And then I'll go in with a clear lip gloss. I got this one from Temu, and I'll just put that right there. So now to finish up everything, we're gonna be locking in all of this powder that we have going on with our setting spray. Shake it up. We're gonna dry that up with our fan. And that is it, sis. We're all done. A fresh, easy, beginner-friendly makeup look you can do in just 15 minutes. And so we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you found this video helpful, sis. If you do, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me your comments down below. Subscribe to join this amazing family. And I'm going to see you in my next video. I love you. Have a blessed day. And thank you for watching. Bye.